Guys, Ergo here bringing you another Rust video. This is going to be part 2 to our 4-part series. If you haven't seen the other part, you should. I had a lot of fun trying to speed run the beginning of Rust, trying to get to endgame as fast as I can. So check it out. Right now, I'm just upgrading the base, going out to farm. I actually wanted to do a really big raid of this huge base I saw earlier, and so I started making explode and gunpowder. And while I was farming, I see this guy's base, and I'm like, come on, dude. Like, upgrade your base, dude. It doesn't take that much. You know, the area that we were in had so many stone, nodes, and wood. And he upgraded his, like, airlock before he upgraded his actual base. Like, even the foundation, dude, or even put a lock on his TC. So, he had plenty of stuff to upgrade, but I don't know. I guess all these streamers are bringing in new players, so after that, went deep with all the stuff that I got. Started smelting some more sulfur. We've gotten so much sulfur from all the raids that we've been doing. Decided to stash all my stuff that I was going to raid with, but then I heard somebody else raiding. So I was like, you know what, I go check that out, see what he's doing. I don't want him to come counter raid me, so I'll try to go counter raid him. So, just trying to sneak up on this guy. Trying to figure out where he's actually raiding, though. I'm not sure where it was at. He got the drop on me, but I got him. I ended up missing so many shots, but I got 2 free satchels out of it, a gear set. Picked up all my raid equipment and came back to my base just because I wanted to go back and try to figure out where he was raiding and see if I could get more satchels from him, you know, if possible. So ran back, tried to find where he was at. I found his base, so I'm like, all right, sweet. I know where he lives at least, and he should be pretty loaded. So I'm kind of waiting, trying to see if he's gonna come back and raid, and he ends up coming out. Killed him, and you know. End up finding out that, yeah, it is the same guy. So, came out with 2 more sets, so like, dude, I'm getting free raid stuff and another gear set, so, you know, this guy's giving me so much stuff. So, I came back to my base, dropped everything off, had, like, so many gear sets now. Later, I ended up going over here to try to figure out, like, alright, I heard a bunch of, you know, gunfights. I kind of wanted to roam, have fun, some PvP, you know, kill some people. So, this guy's running around with 2 horses. You know, just checking out the area, seeing if this rig had anything on it. End up missing the fight, so I was like, alright, I guess I'll go home. And this guy ended up just trying to shoot me from the top of his tower, trying to like roof camp me. I was like, alright, whatever, dude. Killed him. I was gonna head home just because I missed all the action. And then he ends up trying to shoot me again. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I'm just trying to get out of here. And then this guy comes up trying to hit me with a rock. The same guy we've been killing earlier. Now, I couldn't really remember his name. I killed him twice, but wasn't paying too much attention. But just because of that, he started pissing me off. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to raid that guy. I know where he lives. I'll eventually raid him. So just keep that in mind. That'll show up in a later video. But I came back to his base trying to see if he was still here. Now, I feel so dumb for this.
Hello again.
Now, I knew it was the guy with the rock, but I couldn't remember if it was the same guy I had killed going out of the base. So I'm like, alright, maybe it's not the guy. He's just...
Are you camping this guy's base?
So I wasn't trying to camp the base. I was just trying to figure out who lived there, and I still couldn't figure it out.
Fucking huge.
I should have just watched the video, but I'd still been recording. Like, this is all within time span of an hour, so I was still recording. So I asked them.
Yeah, it's some jackass who raided me earlier. I don't know whose it is.
So that really threw me off. And I was like, oh, maybe it's not this guy then. So I was like, alright, whatever. And I went home. This is like probably the dumbest moment I've had in Rust, where I tried to do something like that and I couldn't figure out who was there. So I ended up coming to do cargo, and I ended up hearing somebody land on the boat. I'm like trying to figure out where he's going, or where he's at. And he got the drop on me and got me. I was like, dang it, dude. So after that, decided to roam around a little bit just to see, you know, who all is in the area. And saw this guy trying to take a heli. It's like, all right, I guess I'll take it, you know. So I went over there, and he actually been fighting somebody else. Killed them. I'm like, all right. I tried to go in there, but I couldn't really fit through the door. But got a free gun out of it and a DP, and I need a flashlight. I don't know why I didn't bring a flashlight with me. So took the heli. Just the heads up, as you guys are about to see, I'm not that great at flying helis. So I lost control for a little bit because it was super dark, and then I didn't know how close I was to the ground, and I ended up dying. And the guy's telling me, oh, GG. I'm like, yeah, GG. But I came back, looted my body. Luckily, nobody had come and picked up my stuff. Decided it was time to go raid that huge base I saw earlier, so started picking up all my expo ammo. And so this little compound that's probably 2 squares away from me. I killed this guy earlier in the first videos where I actually got most of the gear sets from originally, and he ends up having an armor door. But the thing is, I don't know why people don't upgrade their base. Like, it's easier for me to go through the stone than it is the armor door, so just went through that. Went through one more door. And I'm like, oh man, I hope he doesn't have a shotgun trap. So I'm like, he's healing up as I'm falling down. No shotgun trap. But he did the same mistake again. Like, guys, if you put down an armor door, upgrade the areas around it. Otherwise, people are just going to raid around it, and it's going to cost them cheaper. You know, you want it to cost more. That's the whole point of putting the armor door. Now, it does cost more technically than, you know, a she door because they have to go through stone. But, like, it doesn't cost that much to upgrade. Like, he has all his armored stuff, but he didn't armor these walls. So, got to his TC. And then I forgot that he actually had external TCs after I ended up blowing his TC. So I ended up having to break this wood floor right here, which is fine. I mean, it didn't cost me more. I just wish I could have put down a TC and some doors. But look, 3k sulfur right there. Like, dude, this guy's loaded. So many metal ore. Even more sulfur. I'm like, dang, dude, this is nice. Like, I didn't exactly make back what I made, but I did make it back in other resources and in the guns and gear sets that I would end up finding in here too. So I'm like, just checking through the boxes. Bunch of components, which is great. A supply signal, which is awesome also. And he's also got a mixing table and a wood gate, which is nice. And then all these guns over here. So I'm like, dude, I gotta make a bunch of trips, which is great, you know. This is always the best feeling, you know. You raid somebody, and gotta make a bunch of trips. So went back deep with the stuff, came back again just to go pick it up. I'm like really hoping that nobody's like deep with this, or came back and looted the stuff that I got. Luckily, nobody came. Got more guns. He has a bunch of gear sets too, so I'm like, dude, this is great. So just grabbing what I think is important. End up having to run back and forth like 3 or 4 times just to pick up all stuff because he had so much stuff in his base. It was like literally loaded. And this is like really where it starts snowballing for me because I didn't have that much. So I had a decent amount of stuff, but because of this, I got so many guns, so many gear sets. I had to make like just more boxes just to put more stuff in. And I'm literally just like running back and forth. It took probably like 20 minutes to run back and forth and loot. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. If you guys can find a good raid target who is easy to raid, like it'll set you up so much for later in the wipe to where you don't have to do as much to try to get all these guns and weapons, you know. Just one good raid target and you're set. So end up upgrading my base, you know. I had so much stuff in my base and I need another floor just to store stuff. Like I'd run out of room in my base. And the funny thing is, during this whole wipe, I don't even learn that many BPs just because I have so much loot that I don't need to. Like, there's not really a point for me because I have everything I need already. So, went and upgraded my base. This server was like lagging like crazy for some reason. So, as you can see, the boat like flew around. So, I was like, all right, I'll try to hit up cargo again. Cargo's so good to run. There's like 3 crates that are super easy to get, and you get so much stuff out of it. Got C4, get so many components. Just checking oil rig, making sure that, you know, nobody's gonna like run up on me. Luckily, nobody did, so I came back and opened up these crates, got some guns out of it, got an AK, some gear sets, and then the freaking alarm starts going off, and I still have 2 more crates to like pick up. So I'm like, all right, I gotta do this quick, and I'm already getting radiation. I'm like, dude, I gotta hurry up. Nothing too great out of that one. Got a gun. I'm like running off. I'm like literally just dying trying to get off this boat. I couldn't even run anymore because I had so much radiation. So, got off luckily with like 280 rads on me. And I'm like, dude, this sucks. Luckily, I had some syringes, which helped out a lot. I barely made it back home. Depoted everything. I got so much loot out of that. Like, it was great. So depoted everything, came back outside after I F1 killed, and got the rest of the stuff. So we're literally loaded right now just because of one raid and doing cargo pretty much just once, and killing that guy a few times and stealing his gear sets. End up going back. So this guy lives in this direction from the ranch. So I'm kind of like checking out the area, and I hear somebody farming barrels. So I'm like, all right. I literally just killed him again. I didn't know if the ranch was gonna kill me. That's kind of risky, but yeah, I just got him, and it's the same guy I've been killing, dude. And dude, this guy's just giving us so much loot. So like, all right, I'm gonna go back again, see what he's doing. And he ended up putting freaking like the mines on the floor. I'm like, dang, dude, this guy's gonna kill me now. But yeah, he knew that I'd come back. He ended up setting up some defenses, which is smart about him, you know. But I was like, well, I'll still kill him. I've been outplaying this guy so much during this wipe, so I was like, dude, I'll always take free gear sets. Like literally, this is probably the 4th time I've killed him, and he's just giving me free stuff, dude. Like, this is how you can just get ahead, is just by killing the same guy that's gonna keep giving you stuff, and he's gonna keep trying to fight me. And I just potato here so bad, and I'm like, okay, he's definitely gonna kill me, and I'm just running away, healing up, and this guy's just, dude, this guy's awful. He's doing just bad. Like, he should have killed me right there. I should have killed him too if I didn't potato so bad, but because of the way I was playing, he should have been able to kill me. So, as always, you want to play smarter, you know? Don't try to go head on if you know you can't. I let myself heal up. I can hear him. He thinks I ran straight back, and I can hear him walking by. So, if you can, always try to get a better angle on who you're playing against, right? If they don't know where you are, then you're running the surprise advantage now, you know? Being able to catch them by surprise and win the fight, you know? Because that's the biggest thing, you're just trying to win. So yeah, it's the same guy. Now, I know he's running out of gear because he's coming out with like wood stuff now. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should leave this guy alone now. He's probably giving me everything he has. So I came over here. I'm trying to give him some tips because I know he's been raiding a lot, and he keeps on running back and forth with just 2 satchels. So instead of doing that, you know, guys, just put a freaking stash down and put it in there, and then you can get stuff. Now, he was raiding over here, and people showed up to the raid also. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get these guys. I'm not sure how none of my shots missed them. Like, that was super off to me. It was weird that I didn't hit at least 1 shot. I don't know if he, like, it was just bad timing, like he ran off as soon as I started shooting or what, but like shooting blind here, but end up getting him. He ended up being loaded, I guess because he killed the other guy. So he had DB, a guy with the SAR, and I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I'll take all this stuff. So took all that stuff, and then as I'm running back to depot, I see this base. And this is how you know that there's so many new players coming to Rust, is they're making their bases with like wood or twigs and not upgrading it. And I got so scared when I jumped down there with the shotgun trip, and I'm like, dude, there's no way that every single door he's gonna have is gonna be twig. So I'm just like shooting through it, hoping nobody comes. And look, dude, this guy was smart. He tried to fortify his base. He just messed up because he had, you know, twig walls. So I'm like, well, I'll take all this free loot. So got a DB and this stuff, and literally just for what, 9 bullets. He had a jackhammer, chainsaw, and I'm like, all right, yeah, dude, absolutely, I'll take the stuff. Bunch of sewing kits, which is great for, you know, cloth or whatever else, and he was like farming sulfur and stuff like that. He had 1K of metal frags, and I literally didn't waste anything. So I came back with my Expo ammo, and look, his TC's not even locked, dude. And look, 1K gunpowder, bunch of metal frags, like, dude, we just made so much out of that. So, as always, picked up one of my trophies from him. So far, we've raided like 3 or 4, well, more than 4 people. And then, dude, I'm running back, and I looked at this guy's shop front, and he's got like not twig, but wooden roofs, but metal everything else. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just go in here just to see what the inside of his base looks like. And then I see something open. I'm like, dude, there's no way that his base is open like this. I'm like jumping around, expecting shotgun trap, nothing. And dude, 2 jackhammers, literally just a flame raid led me to this. Literally just a flamethrower. And look, there's not too much in the boxes, but look, he's got components and stuff. But all just for like a little bit of low grade. So I'm like low grading his thing. And look at all this. I made the low grade bag. Got 289 scrap out of it. And got some like metal frags and not that much other stuff, but got some high qual and a bunch of cloth. Like, that was completely worth it. Just to get one. I just used maybe 250 low grade, a little bit less than that. Made it back, actually made more, and then a bunch of wood. Like, dude, this is great. Got 2 jackhammers out of it. It definitely worked out. So, guys, make sure you get a flamethrower. It always will like profit you in the end. So, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I got 2 more parts coming out, so just be sure to watch out for that. All right, see you guys later.
Yeah. He runs next to my base. He always runs by my base. So I think it's that one here.